Hi, everybody. It's Ron. Recently, somebody asked me, how'd you get started in this business, Ron? And so I thought that, since the season is approaching New Year's when everybody comes to the gym, except for, you guys are already here, and thank you for that. You're doing a great job. Um, that's sort of how I got into training people instead of uh, way back when I started. So this is a little more modern. So I'd say in the early 2000s, I was working out at the local YMCA, and I'd been a faithful weightlifter for a long time. And I looked around in the latter part of January, and I noticed that all those people that had started at the beginning of January were starting to really thin out. And it had only been about 3 weeks, and they were really getting thin. Uh, and so I started sort of paying attention to what they were doing because I never paid attention to them. They were just annoying me because I was trying to lift weights, and these got people in here that didn't know what they were doing were getting in my way. Um, so I actually noticed these people, and most of the people that are in the weight room stuff only complained about those people. So I noticed them, and I noticed they were struggling, and I noticed that most of the time went in there and got on the treadmill or on the bike, and occasionally they'd hit one of the machines, and they would do that for an hour or 45 minutes or something, and they looked like they were frustrated, they were tired, they were sweating a lot, they worked a lot. Some of them worked really hard, and then they'd be on there for a couple weeks, 3 weeks maybe, and really not get any result. So I started talking to them. I'd ask them about it. I go, so what are you doing? They say, oh, I'm trying to lose weight and I want to get healthy. I don't feel good. My doctor says my blood pressure is too high. I've got metabolic syndrome, all that kind of stuff. And so I realized that these people were real people. They weren't just annoying people coming to the gym, filling up the space all the time. Um, and I thought about it, and I prayed about it, and I said, God, if we're made in your image, why are we in this shape? Shouldn't we be in better shape? Shouldn't we look better? Shouldn't we feel better? Well, um, you know, I and then the next thing I did was I went to the director of the YMCA and I said, Dave, I said, all these people are up there in the weight room struggling. They don't know what to do. I said, they're working out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Some of them make it all the way into February, and they quit. And they have no results. They did a lot of sweating, but that's really all they got done was a lot of sweating. They didn't get what they wanted. Some of them dropped 5 pounds or 7 pounds or whatever, but it didn't last. And they don't know what to do. And he looks at me and he goes, do you know what to do? And I go, yeah, I know what to do. And he says, why aren't you doing it? Well, that's quite a wake up call, right? So I thought, well, I just kind of ignore it. So then, I'm at church again, and I'm looking around church, and and we're praying for all these people that are sick, and most of it's from preventable stuff like type 2 diabetes, from metabolic syndrome, from achy joints and pains in the back, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, God, if we're made in your image, why are we in this condition? And you can say whatever you want to say. And I don't tell you that I heard a voice or anything, but I had the distinct same thing that Dave said to me. Well, you know what to do. Do it. And that was the beginning. I started thinking about what I could do and how I could do it. So I came up with a program called Strength for Life. It was a 2-day-a-week program that was a basic strength and conditioning program. That was very basic stuff that I knew would work because all the stuff I learned about powerlifting, I figured out, worked for everybody else too. Whether they wanted to lose weight or whether they wanted to get stronger or anything, whatever you want to do in life, this program would do the trick. So I pitched it to Dave, and Dave said, yeah, I think that's a great idea. And of course, that was about, I don't know, 15, 16, maybe 17 years ago. So that's kind of my story, how I got started. It was about, January, February, which is coming up. And I would encourage you, don't wait until January, February, and to go walk on those treadmills and wonder why it's not working. I can help you. I know. I've been doing it for a while. I love to help people. It makes me happy to see people make progress. I do it. I know those little things that'll make all the difference. You know, you don't have to spend all that time on the treadmill wishing you knew what was the right thing. It's out there, and I want to help you, and I hope you'll let me. So I hope this helps you understand where I'm coming from and what I'm all about. Let me help if I can. If you just got questions, I'll be happy to answer them. You can message me, you can call me, you can send me messages from the Workhorse Gym website. Whatever you need to do, I'm here for you, all right? So have a happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, and I hope I see you before January so I can help you. All right, bye everybody.